Welcome, everyone. This is the Inebriated podcast. It's your host, Sam C., and your co-host,
JDot, one whole of the Soul Equestrian Collective coming at you, baby.
Welcome, everybody. Here we have is another episode in June. A lot of things are going on, a lot of sports things, a lot of things are going on in the news, but we have here our special guest, Trey. Trey, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you been, man?
Yo.
Chilling. Welcome to the Inebriated podcast. Here we go. We're going to give you guys a lot of more episodes. I hope everybody got to enjoy the last two episodes that got just dropped. A lot of energy, a lot of guests. Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Toronto took the win. And here we are, baby. We're going to start off with a little bit of sports, man. I know it's really hot right now in the NBA, especially, since the finals just happened and they went straight into the draft. It's like they didn't even fucking wait. We got Zion Williams, man, in the first pick of the first round. Like, how y'all feel about that? The man's going to be looking at some millions. I mean, he might, I think, besides the injury, he might be the next LeBron James. Any thoughts?
Maybe a Sean Kemp mixed with a little Larry Johnson, I want to say.
Okay, his playing style, but like as far as the franchising, as far as like the development, I mean, he's on the Pelicans for now. I mean, they're not going to let him go no matter fucking what. But let's say when his contract is up with the Pelicans, where do you think he's going?
That's too far in the future, man. All I know right now is the Pelicans kept Anthony Davis in purgatory. They're going to do the same thing to Zion. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's going to be tough, man. But, like I said, I see Sean Kemp just without the 8 baby mamas taking his child support garnishment. And, you know what I'm saying? And Larry Johnson without dressing up like Tyler Perry. So I see good things, man.
All right.
I fuck with that frame, with that play type. I fuck with him, man.
All right.
I like it. I think, honestly, it might bring some more talent there. I think it'll be maybe 2 or 3 years before they start doing something. But I think that's what happened with Anthony Davis. Like, it took them a minute to finally start making the playoffs.
All right.
I feel like they're just in a hard division. But I feel like people want to play with Zion. Like, he's just a fresh new talent. They like how he plays.
Right, he's got that Derrick Rose feel. Like, I mean, other than the injuries right now, I mean, they got very similar injuries. But he got that Derrick Rose feel. It's like you see him coming out of the gate, fire in his eyes, slamming on motherfuckers, no pressure. Got a Shaq look to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see so much potential in the kid. I'm just hoping for bigger, better things because since the Lakers made that trade, for Anthony Davis, I don't know, man. Lonzo Ball, they're trying to give Lonzo Ball, so much, fucking power over there in the Pelicans. Do you think that Zion Williams, Lonzo Ball, and the other guys are going to make a difference for the Pelicans?
To be honest, I think it's a nice look for them because I felt like after the whole Anthony Davis trade, during around the All-Star time, that popped up, I felt like that kind of made them back off from LeBron, and I feel like they kind of just gave up the rest of the season because before he got injured, they was 4th in the West. Okay. So I feel like they just want a fresh start. They just kind of want to clear their heads from it. I feel like they'll do decent. I'm not saying they're going to break records and they're going to go crazy.
Yeah. They're not going to have a Golden State record, but, they're going to get close to something. At least let's see if they can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Especially for the East. I mean, what else is holding in the East? Right now.
I think they'll do good in the West. I think I like it. I like them to do good. Like I said, I feel like that will bring in more people that want to play with him. Give it about 2-3 seasons. I know sometimes the managers and stuff they want it to happen now.
Right.
But I feel like they should understand they let go of a big player. They bringing in a big player. He's young. He's willing to try to elevate his game and learn. Hopefully, he wants to elevate his game and learn. So, I agree.
JDot, what you think?
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't go too hard on the gumbo down there in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? He a big boy. And I ain't going to be having a couple po' boys, a couple gumbos. He look like he can eat the whole damn crock pot.
Right.
So hopefully he don't let it get to him. And say all of a sudden he's going to start looking like Percy Miller starting for the New Orleans Pelicans.
I mean, he's Shaq built, man. I think he's 7'1".
Hell no.
How tall?
Hell no, man. Hell no.
What, 6'11"? I know he up there.
Hell no.
You got it, or you?
No, he's 6'10". He's
okay, 6'10", but still Shaq built.
Which means he's probably 6'9".
He better,
all right, with the shoes off.
He got a quick. He's quick though.
Right. Agile. Right.
No. Like his lower body strength is out of this world. Like when he was over there in Duke, they measure your vert.
Right.
Like his his lower body, his strength is so crazy, lower body wise, that he like was going over the machine. They couldn't even record him. They had to put the machine on something because he was jumping way too high. He couldn't calculate. So the machine isn't even created to even assess his talent level, his natural, specimen. You can't even do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So he is a one in a generation thing. But you got to be real. He's not playing against boys anymore. Now he's playing against grown men who got mortgages, who got a lot of child support payments,
and shit
who
to lose.
Gotta keep side bitches quiet.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit. So now who got mortgages, who got car notes. Like now he's playing against grown men that got grown responsibilities.
And for real, playing for their life.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because Lord knows if Fulanito don't make that $100,000 a month payment to shut up his side bitch, his whole family's gonna blow up because you know what I'm saying? Facts. So he's playing against people that got something to lose, and you know what I'm saying? Like Trey said. He's young, you know what I'm saying? You got to give him time. You can't, that's the problem. Especially like people in our generation, because we grew up and it's like, well, damn, when Jordan came in the league, he balled out. Iverson came in. They weren't one and dones.
Right, at all. They had longevity.
The one and done is newer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, never before in the history of the NBA have you ever seen so much young players on a team. So, unfortunately, with so much young players, you know what I'm saying, you're actually going to have worse play. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like shooting percentages are down because everybody want to take threes. Right. You know what I'm saying? The threes in the NCAA way different than the threes in the NBA.
Facts.
And so it's little things that happen. So what I noticed, and I think I mentioned it to you when we were watching the finals, is their lack of calls, and they were being a lot more physical during the final. So what I'm thinking
which is good for for viewership. It's good for people that want to enjoy the game of basketball. We're not going to be able to take it back to the 80s and 90s, but at least we'll get a taste of it.
So what I think is going on, because since they know about the physicality and the natural strength of Zion, I think that they were doing that to test the water, see what's going on, and maybe expand upon that during the regular season so he could really shine. So we might be able to see him be the rookie of the year, and maybe, depending, on health and how well he does, he might also be the defensive player of the year. Like, you never know. The sky's the limit with this dude, man. The sky's the limit.
Let's see. Hey, Zion Williams, man. Shout out to you, bro. First round, first pick. Hey, there ain't not much to say, bro. That Nike contract coming soon. Or actually, I was hearing something that somebody else was trying to sign him, or I think we were discussing with somebody else where he can possibly opt out of like a Nike deal and go an independent like a Shaq or like a Stephon Marbury and make his own shoe and be one of the first players to do it. Being a first round draft pick. I'm not saying it's a great idea. Man? I'm not saying it's a great idea.
For what?
Wait. If I was him, I'd go for the LeBron $1 billion deal. Fuck it.
For what?
It's interesting because there's a lot of players in the league that have either they're with Team Under Armour or Team Nike or Team Adidas, and then you have some that they're with like other like foreign countries. Like Klay Thompson, he actually is with a deal that's I think it's either Japanese or Chinese, and then you got Wade too. He also has his own deal. Remember, at first he was with Converse,
right,
and then he switched over and got his own deal. So it's a few people in the league that they actually have their own like deals.
I thought Wade went with Team Jordan.
One time.
He was at one point,
but
but he left. That was quick though. That was a real quick one because at one point he was with Converse and he went to Jordan. But then he left and went to his own thing.
Right, so, Lai Ling or Lying, or I don't know how to exactly pronounce it. Please excuse me.
Yeah, it's a few players out there that they're signed, but they're on like low key contracts. Like I said, Klay Thompson, he's on a low key contract, like with a foreign group. So it's sometimes it's I guess the way you want to go, because even I think Giannis from the Bucks, he's supposedly supposed to be getting a shoe. I think with Nike. So it's out there, but it's like, like you look at PG. PG got a shoe with Nike.
And it's blowing, actually.
Yeah.
Like, it's really making some noise.
Like his shoe raw as hell.
Yeah.
His shoe raw as hell. And actually, that was the big ass, that was the whole
slip
problem
up. With
the Zion injury. Because that's how Zion got injured. He was wearing Paul George's.
Right.
The stupidity behind it, Paul George is a shooting guard. Why the hell you gonna have a number 4 wear the number 2 shoe? It's not built for a person of that weight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's supposed to be having whatever shoes Anthony Davis is wearing is what he's supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? Whatever shoes LeBron is wearing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what caused the injury. So whoever he go with is definitely gonna be somebody that gonna, you know what I'm saying, go with his body type, because they say that was the reason why Lonzo Ball was having so much injuries, is because that manufacturer, whoever they got to manufacture the shoes, was lowballing and doing shit out of fucking being cheapy.
And actually, everybody that actually ordered a
can't even give
a triple B whatever ball shoe, they actually had to resend out the orders because they switched the design mid order. That's actually
you
true.
You order one shoe, and then you got a whole different shoe.
Right. That really happened.
Yeah, that happened to the Dan Levitar show. Shout out Dan Levitar, Stu Gotts. You know what I'm saying? The shipping container for the frightened refugees, all y'all boys, man. I love that show. I love that show. I model my shit after y'all. You know what I'm saying? I went to CSB just like Stu Gotts. Allegedly, I graduated. It all depends on who you ask. But yeah, you know what I mean?
Now,
no, but speaking about sports, because you know what I'm saying, Trey, he's a very humble, shy dude. You know what I'm saying? We knew each other since we was yay high. That's why, you know what I'm saying, that my primo. That's it. Like, we family. We closer than how you can get. Tell the audience about actually your sport history and where it took you on your journey and shit like that, bro.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I started young. To be honest, I didn't start really playing sports until probably like my 7th or 8th grade year. That was track. So I did track first. I'll never forget because I didn't go to the same middle school that was in my district. I went to a different middle school. So I would actually see my cousin when I'm competing against his school. So track started at first, and then I always been a fan. I actually learned about football just wanting to learn about it. I would watch it, look at all the different sports, and I was like, oh, okay, I can get into that. So football, I didn't really start getting into it or wanting to lift weights until maybe 9th grade year.
Okay.
So I basically, I'm not gonna sit here and say I taught myself, but I pretty much learned on my own about football, the ins and outs, just watching it.
Shout out NFL 2K2.
Well, I was gonna say, have you ever played football before your high school career?
Nah, unless you're talking about kill the man with the ball.
Right. Okay, like play yard shit.
Yeah, on the block. Yeah, so
but no Optimus League.
Nah. Yeah, to grass. Yeah. Right. But I never really got to play any organized sports at a young age. That was just not my thing. We had really bad knees and everything, so my mom was not really big into that. Real religious family, so I didn't really start doing that until I got to high school. So when I got to high school, that's when I just really started to say, you know what, I'm gonna try. And I mean, I made it to. At the time, it was called Mount Union College, but they have upgraded now. They're University of Mount Union. So shout out to them. It's in Ohio Alliance.
Little known fact, for anybody, you know what I'm saying, who followed that kind of thing, because that's a what? What is it, D2, D3? D3. They actually got the record. And no, I ain't looking up on my phone, I'm texting my dog. They got the record where they, for the most points ever scored in the NCAA. What was that? I believe they put over 100.
Yeah, it was we put it was 70 something.
No. When you play,
yeah.
So the year before you got there, they put 100 on the squad.
I think it was Everett University we played against. It was I mean, I ain't gonna say it was a good game, obviously the score, but it was a good game for us.
Right.
Fun game.
Yeah. So once I was able to go out there, just do my thing. But that's kind of where I learned more about what I wanted to do as far as my life. But I got to run track. I got to meet some good friends. I got to play sports, so I got to enjoy the actual college life, and I got to enjoy collegiate sports. So it was good.
That was my next question, actually. I tried to go to college, and actually, I went to a local college, so I actually didn't get an on-campus experience. What can you speak on? I mean, obviously, I would hope that a lot of our viewers are in college or hoping to go into college. What can you say
I fuck
about
with y'all if y'all dropouts. I fuck with you. Sammy don't. I fuck with you.
Hey, give or take. You know what I mean? But what can you give your collegiate sport athlete, student athlete that's going into his freshman year right now? What can you say to that kid that's getting his first dorm, full ride? What can you say to him?
I would definitely say just find that big homie or just find somebody that has that positive guidance. Or if you have that mentality where you're driven and you're not going to let things sidetrack you, because it's going to be a lot. It's going to be the weight of just being more independent. A lot of people, one thing I can say is the things that my mom was trying to instill in me, just the simple things like taking out the trash, doing laundry, little things like that. A lot of times we oh, why are you trying to make me do all these things? But that actually helped because I would even notice the people that would live 2 blocks away from the college, they would go back home because they couldn't do simple things. They would let their parents go back home and do those things. me, on the other hand, I couldn't. It was me and one other homie from high school that went up there. And then when he left, I was literally by myself. So what I did was I surrounded myself around positive people, and I was able to kind of feed off of them the positive energy. I always also had a mentality too, like I just want to succeed. I want to do positive. So for those who don't have that mentality and you want to work on that, or you're trying to get better at that, try to surround yourself around positive people. Try to be around people that they're not there to just play around and mess around and just be like, oh, I'm a collegiate athlete and this and that. Because once those 4 years are up, or once like if you get injured, it's done. Right. You know, so you can't just look at it as like, oh, this is it. Like this life is gonna last forever. It's not. So getting a big homie or
a mentor.
Mentor. Just being around somebody positive. Just trying to feed off of that and trying to stay focused. Because like I said, you'll get sidetracked by the girls or the guys or just the fact that people look up to you because of the school you go to. There's some people that go there and they don't even know who you are. It's funny times I went there and people are like, oh, you go to the school, I didn't even know. They're not paying attention to that because they focus on what they got to do. Some people got to pay out their pocket. Not everybody get a scholarship. Not everybody get partial scholarship. Not everybody get no grants or anything like that. So you out there working off the muscle, it's really just trying to stay focused and, just seeing it through. So.
Okay. And now that you've come out of the collegiate student athlete aspect, now you're into the real world. How has that experience transitioned into your real life?
I would still say, like I said, I think I came up in a mentality, or I came up in a household where that it was just like, look, you got a goal, or you have these tools, these assets to help you to try to be a better person. So now that I'm an adult now, I realize a lot of the things, especially sports. Sports help me because you can work as a team, but it's also you got to carry your own weight. You got to carry your own load to produce, to progress in life. So now that I'm an adult now, it's like I'm using these tools. Like I said, a lot of these simple tools that we frowned upon or we felt like, oh, we shouldn't be using. Right. It helps me now. So just time management, discipline, decision making,
working with a group,
being cooperative, team building. These are the things that are helping me. So that's why I say, I told you earlier, so I appreciate you just having me on here because I've seen it from afar and I've seen things that have helped you guys to get better, or I've seen things that have helped you guys even with just working with the podcast and whatnot. So the simple tools that we feel like, oh, don't help us, it definitely helps. It definitely can push us forward. So that's what's been helping me. Just like I said, the discipline, the team building, the micromanagement, the time management. So
they're all transitional traits. You would say, okay, no, that's what's up. And and I do appreciate you coming on. And actually, I want to get into that now. What you do and how you live, as far as what you actually do community work with local community groups that really make a difference. So if you don't mind, if you would like to start, what do you exactly do, and if you'd like to explain it for the people.
Yeah, definitely. I'm what is called an outpatient therapist. I work with children and families. I work with individuals who are trying to improve, just having a better control on their life, if they're dealing with substance issues, if they're dealing with mental issues, dual diagnosis is what we call it. So I do a lot of things. Basically, I won't say I'm a social worker, but I'm in the community. So I go to the schools, I go to the homes, go to neutral sites, and I'm just trying to help people better themselves mentally so that they can, take on the social stresses of life.
Right.
So
okay.
That's what I do. I actually work at a company called Chrysalis Health. And we have different buildings or the agency goes from all the way from Jacksonville all the way down to Daytona.
Okay, so you guys work in
pretty much in Florida.
Entire Florida area. Yeah. Well, because a lot of people only know this show for being in South Florida, but what you're saying is that you guys work the whole Florida area from top to bottom.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
And with outpatient therapy, are you providing therapy services, or are you providing resources for that people would seek out during their therapy or their rehabilitation?
So we do a lot of different things too. We do outpatient therapy. We do PSR, which is psychosocial rehabilitation. So that's more of like group therapy. So that's working on just improving on social skills, everyday living type skills such as grooming, communication with people, management of money, time, respecting others and their property as well. So we do that's more of the group therapy. We do case management. So we have individuals that come, try to help you find resources, try to get you a little bit more self-sufficient and more independent. We do redirection groups. We do what else we have? We have residential groups, residential homes for the youth. We do a lot of different things like that. We also do things in the community too. I know this year, there's another organization. It's called NAMI. They also do like 5Ks and stuff like that. So sometimes I'll go run, like I'll do like the 5Ks, which also help raise money for mental health awareness, substance abuse awareness, things like that. So we do a lot of different things in the community as well. So we have different departments that help with these different aspects and that people need help in.
No, of course. I mean, this isn't a one-man project. Yeah. It takes a group. And do you have a target audience really? Like, is it from a certain age to a certain age, or is it families mostly? Is it individuals mostly? Like, what's your target audience? Would you say?
That's a good question. The youngest I would say is 3.
Okay.
And the oldest that I've seen, endless.
Okay, so 60, 70.
Yeah. I think the oldest client I've worked with is 55.
Okay.
So, and some people will say, well, dang, how can you do therapy with a 3-year-old? And a lot of times what we do is we have the assessor go in, try to evaluate and see what services are needed or what goals or specific concerns the parent may have. And then that's when the therapist comes in, and then you also work and see and assess, and what we call psychoeducation, so just education on the diagnosis and education on just different aspects of what may be a concern. Okay. So a lot of times I'll go in and, they may have told the assessor something because they didn't feel comfortable about fully expressing, and then you go in and you find that there's some more to it.
Right. It could be anything. I mean, ranges from just like traumatic experiences to, anything, what I'm saying? Even postpartum traumatic stress. Yeah. Like, what I want to say is, what was your either best or worst experience at your job? Not as worse as in, you had a bad day, as in worse as like there was just not a person you could help, or was there a person that you were like so gratified with their success and their result of rehabilitation, not just rehabilitation, but just the therapeutic aspect of rehabilitation? And do you have one of those? Do you have like you can leave the names out, but you have one of those stories where you were like, you know what, I felt this one.
I appreciate you asking that. I think I just try to be neutral to a lot of sessions, because there's some times where you will have some difficult sessions or you'll have some difficult clients per se. But also too, what I try to do is keep in the back of my mind that, where they're at in therapy and where they're at in their lives, sometimes that's what makes it difficult. So it's not always the fact that this person is a difficult person. It's more so that, where they're at right now, maybe they're not ready, willing, and able to want to try to change or progress. So a lot of times I'll go in there, and I'm human. There's times I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't stand this client or this and that. But then I have to, take a deep breath and catch myself and be like, man, where they're at right now, and I see their surrounding and their environment and how much support they have, I can empathize, because a lot of times we get confused with sympathy and empathy. So I can empathize. I can see that why you may be feeling frustrated. I can't put myself in your shoes, but I can see why you may be frustrated because, your guardian is not showing support, or the environment you're in is not bettering you. But a lot of times, too, we also have, we can help ourselves. So a lot of times when we don't help ourselves, then we're not going to see the change. Or if we don't have patience enough to wait or try to be tolerant of things and see it progress, we're not going to see the positive results or see any type of change. So
for sure.
That happens a lot. I mean, I've had a few sessions. I've had a few clients where, you know, I'm not gonna lie, boo-hoo cry when it's time to discharge them because it's a successful discharge.
Right, success story, and that's what I wanted to get to. Like,
I've had a few like that even this week. This week, I've had to this whole month, to be honest, I've had to discharge a lot of people because you know, it was a bad discharge. It was a successful discharge. You know, they didn't really need the services at this time.
Okay.
And you know, I'll get a text, or sometimes I even get texts or calls from sessions that I've had
in the past,
years back.
Okay.
And they'll be like, hey, such and such is doing good, or, you know, I just want to let you know that such and such is graduating, or such and such is doing this.
Okay.
And
so like almost like a testimonial.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's what's
it
up.
makes me feel good because like the type of work I do, it's not like certain jobs where you see the instant results.
Right.
Sometimes I don't get to see the results because once I'm finished, I'm done.
Boom.
I don't stay in your life. I don't check in with you. You know,
hopefully they check in with you.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll check in with me, or a lot of times what our agency does at Chrysalis, that we have a department where they check in with the clients just to see, well, hey, how's everything doing, or how's everything been since you've had such and such services.
Okay.
And sometimes you'll hear the stories, or even during like sessions, not during sessions, but like throughout the period of having services. The clients get random calls, and they'll say, well, how is such and such doing? How's Chris doing? When's the last session you had? What did you guys go over? Is stuff being explained? Like we even have surveys where the clients fill out at the end of like discharge, you know, so there's
right. Was your support necessary? Was your support successful?
Yeah, so there's times that, like I said, I've gotten almost a 2-page letter of thank you.
Wow.
You know, and I've kept them. You know, like it means a lot to me because, like I said, I don't always get to see that
end result.
The end result, because after I'm gone, I leave them alone because I was only there for a moment in time. You know, and then there's times where I've had unsuccessful discharges. You know, so it's because, you know, maybe at that moment in time, the services, maybe you needed a higher level of care, or maybe you weren't, like I said, ready, willing, and able to do it at that time. Because there's times where people are just, their life is so hectic or so busy, their management skills are not at where it should be, and they're like, I can't do this right now, and I respect it.
Right.
You know, and I always tell them, hey, look, if you can't do it right now, come back. You know, that's the thing.
The door is always open.
The door is always open. You know, so there's times I've had some sessions, like I had probably a session last week where it kind of hurt my heart because the child would have benefited from continued services, but their mentality at the time was, this is boring, I don't want to do this, and the guardian at the point was, you know, they were done, they didn't want to try anymore, and it bothered me. And then there's times where I even told JDot.
I'll beep it. Go ahead.
I told JDot, you know. JDot, I told him it was just one kid. I had to tell this kid, you know, at the point I was like, look, when it comes to the customs and the cultural background, you're gonna hit a certain age, and your mom's gonna be done with you.
Facts.
I'll never forget when the mom finally told him to his face, and he turned around and looked at me because I was there the day she told him that.
Oh, you were in the room?
Yeah, I was there in the room. Oh, man. And I looked at, and the mom was like, this is it. You know, once you hit 18 in a few months, like it was like 3 or 4 months before he hit 18, you're done. You gotta go. You messing up my marriage, blah, blah, blah. Ooh. And I'll never forget. Kid looked at me.
For the answer.
And I'm like, do you remember? And he cut me off, and he's like, you told me 2 years ago this was going to happen. Okay. And, you know, kid's doing good now. He went to I think he went to the Navy. He came back. He's doing a lot better, you know, and that made me feel good. He didn't have to bring that to me. He didn't have to tell me that. But he brought it to me and was like, look, man, I'm doing better. I struggled. I did what I did. I shouldn't have did these things, but I've learned from it. And I appreciate it because you were there to show me that. Right. You were there to show me the coping skills, and you were there to show me some things. So
no, let's take a shot to that.
Oh, definitely.
We're definitely success stories and unsuccessful, but have potential stories.
No, that's right. Because sometimes people don't realize the impact that you make in somebody's life, no matter how small of a time you spend with them. And sometimes that's all people need.
Salud.
God bless and bless God.
But yeah, I definitely get those. I definitely try to get the more positive ones than the negative ones.
Of course. And to let the people know, if they can reach out to you or reach out to the community group that you work with, where can they reach you at?
Yeah, so like I said, I work at Chrysalis Health.
Spell it out real quick.
Chrysalis is...
My bad. All right, you can text it to me. No, 'cause I want to put it on the bottom scroll, like at their website at Chrysalis.
Yeah. So it's Chrysalis Health. The main office I work at, it's based in Florida. Like I said, we got them from Jacksonville to Daytona, but the main office I work at is 954-587-1008. So it's 954-587-1008.
Okay.
So that's the main office I work at. Even if you contact that office and you're in a different area of Florida, like I said, we got them from Jacksonville all the way to Daytona. So
right, they can find a resource in your
area.
area.
They can find the resources, or even if you Google it, one in your area, there might be one around you.
Okay.
So yeah.
Do you have a personal extension that they can reach you at, or can they request you?
The thing is, like, what we do is like by zones. So my zone would be more so in this particular area. So the South Florida area, most likely Broward by counties. So if they were in Jacksonville, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to help them. But there's probably another qualified therapist.
There's another Trey
in the hopefully
area, Jacksonville area. Okay.
Definitely just reach out to them. Like I said, they have other resources other than therapy. So, reach out to them.
Okay, that's what's up. And thank you for giving us that.
Yeah,
the number and the website will be on the bottom scroll as soon as I make this episode. And okay, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that. And not to take away from that, and I just want to move the conversation forward to other things that are going on right now. JDot, what's popping in the world right now? I know you got some hot takes right now.
No, I got some scorching takes, but I want to step back just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you got to. It was broiling. So now you got to let it cool down.
Okay.
So I'm let it cool down.
You're cooking rice over there. Speaking of food, not to take away from what you were going to say, we have some beautiful delicacies here given to us by
El Chef Teresita, which is located on Instagram. If y'all remember from a couple episodes ago, I did plug it. I completely forgot to give the Instagram account, of course, due to... You see the motherfucking table. You can't judge me. You can't judge me unless you love me.
There you go.
If you love me, you still can't judge me. So, like I said, El Chef Teresita. That's on Instagram. Like I said, we serve in the entire South Broward, North Dade area. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood, Hollandale, Dania Beach. You know what I'm saying? Miami Gardens. The whole entire area. Pembroke Pines. You know what I'm saying? Carroll City. You know what I'm saying? Opelika, Bunch Park. You know what I'm saying? We're right around the way. You know what I'm saying? Miramar, of course. Swab Jaw, stand up. Or around the way. You know what I'm saying? And of course, ain't none other than my primos fans right there. So this is home felt. This is love right here. See, I don't have to give any reviews because I've been eating this food since I was a kid. However, we have somebody here who has never eaten the food. So you better get a real live review right now. A real live review. Now, I brought some of my favorites here, of course. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a couple things that I don't even want to pull out because I'm fat and I want to keep it for myself. But in plate number 1, oh my God. Like, this is the one I did not want to pull out. This is my shit right here. This is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can translate it for me, dog. This right here is bacalao frito right there. But it's fried healthily. Now, bacalao, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? For my Jamaicans and stuff like that, that'll be saltfish.
Salted fish, yeah.
Yes, saltfish. That'll be saltfish. Salted fish.
Well, I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, saltfish, yeah, but it's saltfish.
That's good. That's all that matters.
No, but you didn't hear no Jamaican call it salty fish.
I'm trying to do it for my Caucasian Nubian brethren out
I'm about to
there.
put the fire upon your dome piece. You feel me? No, but on some real shit, this is my shit. I don't know if you fuck with the fish. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has different dietitian.
I don't. But I'm gonna
crazy.
I'm gonna
give crazy, right? When you look at my dog.
I appreciate you trying.
No, I don't. I'm not a fish eater at all. The most I've ever done.
I will not be mad. Trust me, I will not be mad.
The most I've ever done is shrimp, but I am gonna give it a taste. I'm gonna give an honest review, and we're gonna. We actually have a few dishes that we're actually going to try here live on the podcast and give a fresh review. Again, I do not eat fish, so I'm going to give you a first-hand opinion. First-hand, don't eat fish, not tilapia, no salmon, no... shit, I don't even know that fucking many fish. No snapper, no nothing.
No, who the fuck eat cornfish?
No, but like the most
fish. I do.
No, the most I've ever had was calamari. Like calamari and shrimp. That's the most I've ever had.
Calamari. Now, I'm not sure calamari got to be the most basic bitch entry.
Oh, facts. Oh, I ain't mad. I ain't
calamari. Okay, you know what calamari is in terms of the fish. The edible fish market. Calamari is the chicken nugget of French fries.
All right. No, I thought that was shrimp, nigga.
But hey, don't you ever disrespect shrimp? Because just like my man,
right,
like my man Bubba said, we got the fried shrimp. We got shrimp cocktail. We got sauteed fish. You can broil them up. Yeah, you can do so much shit. I've personally driven to the west coast of Florida just to get some shrimp cocktail with ice in a cooler.
All right.
That of course I bought when I got there. I got it off that Publix right there off of Del Prado. You already know Northeast 180th. You know what I'm talking about. Boom. Went right there just to grab it. The shrimp that comes from the Gulf of Mexico tastes way different than any other shrimp I had. I had never been to, I guess Maine.
Mexico. Maine lobsters. Okay, I know. I was bagging on what you were saying.
Hold on, so what you saying? Hold on, Donald Trump. You saying that the shrimp in the Gulf of Mexico from America tastes different than the shrimp in the Gulf of Mexico?
Mexico, yeah. I was bagging on it. Go ahead.
So you think in America it's called the Gulf of Mexico? You think in Mexico it's called the Gulf of America?
No, it's called the Gulf.
But only because, look, I'm only doing this because I know how fire this shit is. And like he said, he gave too much disclaimers about not eating fish.
I just want to say really quick.
I'm going to grab this.
So give him a shout out.
My primo don't like fish. He don't like bacalao.
Oh yes. That is 100% accurate. This is the only bacalao I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Okay.
Since a jit. No, this is the only bacalao. It's only been Trey's old girl bacalao that I ate. That is 100% accurate. The only thing that I wish we had right now, hold on. Do we got some hot sauce, bro?
We might.
Because this is spicy. This is spicy. So I don't know the way you eat.
No, I'm straight. I'm straight out the hot.
I'm going to hold it because I don't want you to bite it and then destroy it for me.
No, motherfucker, just give me a piece.
Eat the rest. No, that's what I'm saying. No, here.
Break that piece
off. All right. Look, you already got it.
Let me get that piece.
I got a lot. Wait, hold on.
No, what do you mean you got a lot?
No, you good.
That's a popper, bro. That's a popper.
Yeah, I got a lot.
That's a popper.
There you go.
I never seen a motherfucker so scared of fish. Lord knows what he be doing in Tootsie's with his old lady in around.
Facts. All right, so listen. Actually, we just went to Tootsie's and they told you. All right. Fresh opinion. I do not eat fish. Here we go. I don't eat fish. Hold on.
Yeah, shit, man, he tripping.
That's all you, bro.
Oh, I know this on me.
Okay. It got like a totone taste to it.
Yeah, you ain't ready for it.
It's good.
Hey, you got like that saltfish, dog. You should buy here a little bit of hot sauce.
I can see the hot sauce.
Even though it does got a kick to it, it does have a kick. That is right.
Oh, it is fish. For sure. But
yeah. Oh, hell yeah, it is. Oh, hell yeah, it is.
It's going down. Hold on. For evidence, I did eat it. Look. It's gone. It's gone.
This guy.
It's gone. No, because people be like, nah, he cut away and threw it in.
Put it to the side.
Yeah.
It's like an Adult Swim commercial.
No, or
I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna vomit right now.
No, or a nigga like put it in a napkin and then cut away to a cutaway. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, nigga really ate it. It's really good. It is salted fish. You do taste the salt, but it is really good. Actually, I wouldn't mind having that again. Honestly.
And this is a motherfucker that don't eat fish.
I do not eat fish. Ever. Have never.
For all my Caribbean folk that already know about the saltfish, you know what I'm saying? And then if you're from a Spanish-speaking country in the West Indies, you know about that bacalao. You already know what it tastes like. This right here does not taste like regular bacalao, like regular saltfish.
No. This is actually really good.
So, like...
My mouth is still tingling, just for the viewers. Go ahead.
No. If you have a low threshold for, like, spices and shit, I do not recommend putting hot sauce on it. But me, I like to put just a little bit of...
No, I can see it. I can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so, you do get some totones on the side, and that shit right there, No.
You can make that a sandwich, nigga.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That was it. See, the white folk want to say that Sammy Sosa used steroids. Sammy Sosa was eating mango, bacalao,
right?
Fucking, you know what I'm saying? That was all natural.
Yeah.
It was all natural. There was no steroids. It was straight mango, bacalao, de todo. Tú me entiendes? Arroz, habichuela. That's how he hit on the home run. There was no steroids.
Right, but I just want to know when he was shooting up to change his color. Like, that's the part I want to know.
You don't believe him?
No, I believe him that he's light skinned.
But Sammy Sosa said, he was like, no, the reason why he was so dark was because he played baseball for 22 years.
Yeah, and hated himself.
He stepped out of the sun. He said, that's why I'm light skinned now. I'm not in the sun no more. Like, nah. He looked like Count Dracula. No,
Facts. Oh my God.
Now, hold on. We ain't done. But what that movie? But wait, there's more.
Empanada.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I know what's inside, but explain, baby, explain.
JDot can't do all the work.
Because this is a healthy alternative to a very unhealthy snack. And guess what? It tastes just as good as the unhealthy one. I'm telling you straight up. This ain't no bullshit just because you know say I don't see the minute. Nah. I'm telling you, because I be in the kitchen. You know saying like Gucci Mane. Don't nobody fuck with my kitchen. And you know what I'm saying? When she's not looking, I take a bite. And then when she's looking, I stop chewing.
Well,
that's how the listen to this. So now explain all the love that went into it.
Definitely. My mom is behind the L Dedicita.
There you go. M Chef.
M Chef.
She's definitely behind it. But the way she cooks definitely with the vegetable oil. She even uses for certain requests the turkey. She doesn't use only beef. So whatever you want or whatever you request, just let her know. She's definitely aiming to please. So, but she definitely tries to use more lean type ingredients to try to help with the food. So, like I said, these if anything, like that, I always ask her. People always ask, like, "Oh, what is the ingredients?" And she'll give you, like, trust me, she's one of the type of people that she has no problem giving you the recipe, but everybody's gonna make it different.
Right. Everybody does.
Because you ain't gonna murk it like
that.
Right.
Everybody's gonna make it different.
Right. You ain't gonna murk it like that.
Everybody's gonna make it different, but she'll tell you, like, she aims to please. She loves to try to make everybody feel good, make the food taste good. So she'll tell you, she'll make it with love. Right. That anytime you ask her, that's the first thing she'll say. Oh, I make it with love. I make it with passion, and she does. So the empanadas that she made are me. Like I said, one thing, anything that she's made, and I don't try to be like boastful about her or try to say like, oh, my mom is the best cooker, but like even with the bacalao cakes,
fire.
Like I personally don't eat bacalao. I hate the smell, but the way she cooks it, you don't smell it
at all.
And I'm not a big beef type person or pork type person, but when she makes griot and she definitely makes, like I said, griot, she makes a lot of different things, it tastes good. And you'll be like, I don't really eat this, but then when you eat it, you'll be like, you know what, I don't really eat this, but I like the way it was made. So
would you call like her style of cooking like Pan American? Like not just from Panama, but like Pan American as far as like you get a taste of the Caribbean, as far as like Jamaican, Haitian, Bahamian, and then you also get a taste of like Dominican, like it's like a jump of all Caribbean nations. But since Panama's on the other side of the fucking world. Around Central America? Central, South America, whatever. I don't even believe in Central America. I think that's a myth.
Failed social studies a couple times.
No. Honestly, I really don't believe in Central America. Like I believe there's North and South. Like Central for what? Like it's Latin America, bro. Like you ain't gonna tell me nothing.
Okay.
No, Central America is like the delinquent zone. Like that's where you go when you get chopped up.
But that's what I'm saying. No, you still get chopped up. What are you talking about? Mexico's there.
But yeah, but they coming from, there's a reason why Trump trying to build that wall in Mexico. It's because Central America.
I'm just saying, like, no, because a lot of people don't understand that Panama is actually a territory of the United States. Like,
not no more.
Really? Okay, my bad.
No,
they gained their independence.
Ironically enough, but when they built the Panama Canal, the United States controlled it for decades upon decades upon decades.
Okay.
The very first year that Panama had complete autonomy over that motherfucking canal, they made more money in one fiscal year than they did during all the decades when America had it. Which mean what that mean? America gonna do you the same way that dictator gonna do you.
Facts.
So you know what I'm saying? So who do you want to deal with is in response to your country. Who would you rather deal with? A motherfucker that look like you? Or the motherfucker that just coming in here to loot your shit.
Right.
Because remember, the only reason why the Panama Canal exists is because you'd have to completely go around an entire continent
just to get across.
If you want to get to a certain side of, you got to go
to the other sea. Just to get to the other sea.
You got to start going all the way down.
Right. There ain't no other way across.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, we muscled our way into that shit by just being like, you know what? We're just gonna kick your ass and we're gonna build the shit. And
I believe it was Teddy or
no. Shout out the greatest president that ever existed. Yes. It was Teddy Roosevelt.
Okay. And he went down there and said, yo, this is mine. This ain't y'all's no more. Okay. Build the canal.
But hold on. Not to cut you off, my brother. Not to cut you off.
No, you know it.
We're getting a little off topic. Now, the contents
Pan
of the
America.
Turkey, correct?
Yes. So it's definitely
ain't no pork on our fork, man. Praise you to the Most High.
So for those who, like I said,
we do cook it if you need.
True. So just like my primo said, if you want it preferred, anything that you feel like it should have beef in it, my mom usually does it with turkey. So even with lasagna, you know, a lot of times people say, "Oh, it's gonna taste different," but the way she seasons and cooks it, you wouldn't even notice until someone said, "Oh, that ain't regular beef. That's turkey."
Right.
You know,
facts.
so it's just like I said, it's made with love. So we're gonna try them out right now.
Now, live. Never eaten before.
No lie.
Never tried
My
before.
dog ain't never tried because every time I used to come before we were doing the podcast, every time he used to say I had some of the empanadas and I had some of this and that, I would always eat them before I got here.
Yeah, it was Max before he got here.
Like no lie, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
So I'm giving you
and I also, by the way, after the podcast is done, I got 25 pounds of mangoes in the trunk. Like, no lie.
Who mango tree you robbing?
No.
Oh, he had the mango tree in the back.
No. She slapped me with 2 bags. Like, here, take them. Like,
take them. Right. You get mango bags. You get mango
before
bags.
They land on the floor.
Yeah. With bro, everybody gets mango. No, literally.
You get a mango. You get a mango. All right, that's what's up.
According to a chopper, that's what? That's damn near about what? How many keys?
About 60 keys. 2.2 pounds of mango. Each mango is probably about 2.5.
These are all jokes.
All jokes, alleged.
Now look, bang. This is the first time a dog ever tried it.
Ever. Well, I'm going to just take a piece right now because we filming.
Fat boy. Thank you.
You know I ain't want to.
And this is.
I know.
And as you said,
you
I just want a piece. No, I just want a piece.
People to try.
He's tripping.
Listen, again, this is a first review. Hold on, man. And this is turkey. Let me reiterate for everybody. This is turkey, not beef. Even though it's brown, it's turkey. So we're going to give it a fresh review right now.
We're going to be as lean as possible. You know what I'm saying? For the
most high.
Health is wealth. You
know
what I'm saying?
You ready?
Dollar.
1, 2. Oh, he in there. Go ahead. My bad.
I don't feel bad because, I know you're going to want to eat more of it. I'm telling you. Because it don't even taste like turkey. Until the itis hit you. That shit gonna hit you like Deontay Wilder. What's going on?
That is really good. I'll finish it off camera. But that is really good.
That shit gotta be around now.
No, that is really good.
Your shit gonna be the one on the left. No, that's what it is. Well, because I went outside for a little minute and I feel bad.
Wait, eat water, wash it down. And let's get back to it.
All right. Yeah. This right here. Oh, shit. The whole glass of them broke. Damn. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened. So my dog saying she drunk and he give you a crazy dap up. I thought I fixed him.
I gave him too much of a shoulder lean.
You know
Don't eat the whole thing. Come on, we got a show to finish. He done.
Hold on.
All right, so let's get into it. Now, here with the Inebriated podcast, this is a beautiful shout out to El Chef Teresita
on Instagram. That was serving the South Broward, North Dade area, Miramar, Pembroke Pines, Hollandale, West Park, Pembroke Park, Miami Gardens, Andover, Bunch Park.
Carroll City,
Norland,
North Hialeah,
Miami Gardens.
Miami Gardens.
Or you can say
North Miami Beach. Well, I'm trying to just keep it in the area. Keep it in the 5-10 mile radius.
Hollywood.
Carver Ranches.
Carver Ranch.
Come through.
West Park.
West Park, my
Yeah.
bad.
We around the way. We around
Lake
the way.
Forest.
Hey, man.
Lake Forest still claiming Lake Forest, even though they West Park. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But I used to live in Lake Forest, so I know what it is. I know what it is.
I used to live right across the street from the fire station. You already know where the fire station is.
Right.
Next to that old extra.
Right.
You already know where that is at, dog. Hey, hold on. My bad. I know we said we were done, but hold on, bro.
You got one more?
Oh, we got a lot.
No.
Oh, shit.
No. But because you take a little bite, you getting me hot, dog.
Well, no, I'm trying it out. I'm trying it out for the people. I'm trying it out for the people.
If I would have known he was going to take a little bite, I would have hit the bong real quick. I would have been. You would have heard nothing from my microphone, but
For 20 minutes.
this shit would have been an ASMR podcast.
Right.
Everybody, calm down.
Right, for 30 minutes.
you hear that?
The ASMR argument.
No, hold on. No, we're gonna do a little 30 second. A little 30 second. No more.
Nigga, I ain't got 30 seconds. Come on. What's up with the food?
It's a banana. Now hold on, I'm gonna open it. Hold on. Yeah,
Go ahead, Moses.
that's
the
cellophane.
Black Moses.
Oh no. That'll keep from myself.
Only one like you.
He don't want to even share that one.
No.
Come on.
I'm open the other one.
Dun dun dun.
It's right here. Oh my God, you ever know this?
My little.
Well, you know
No.
it's summertime down in South Florida, so it's mango season.
Okay.
So for those who like the mangoes, my mom also does. The chef also does mango bread.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I know some people like the banana bread. She does that as well, but
banana pudding. Or...
yeah, banana pudding. But she's been blessed to have a mango tree, so she's like,
Oh,
let me
okay.
switch it up. So she's done the mango bread. So
And this is.
JDot got a few slices.
Take the little one.
Okay, well, you don't need a piece.
JDot got 2 slices, so he wanted to share that with us.
All right. First time, ladies and gentlemen, and now how I can describe this is okay. There's some, I don't know what is that, grape? Is that
So it's got some cranberry in it.
cranberry? Okay,
Yes.
just letting. This is first time, people. First time, and I mean it looks delicious. Cranberry, I fuck with cranberry juice.
If you have nut allergies, don't eat it.
Okay.
By the way,
nut
actually, you got nut
allergies.
allergies. Yeah.
Letting y'all guys know.
But
And
we'll also say whip request as always.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you got nut allergies, let motherfuckers know that it will be taken out.
it can be
as
made
always.
special request. So
Always.
please, we'll be letting you know right now. First time ever, people. Here we go. Oh my god. It's delicious.
I hope that's a good. Yeah, there you go.
My bad.
There you go. He said, "Oh my
I
god."
had to leave some suspense.
Yeah,
This
there
is
you go. I
delicious.
appreciate that. My mom
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
appreciates
Go
that.
ahead.
My mom definitely appreciates that. Like I said, the first part of the recipe is always made with love. So my mom was definitely hyped to just know that you guys are going to be promoting it and showing it off. So she definitely thanks you in advance. She was excited. That's probably why JDot got some extra stuff.
Right.
That ain't none of your business.
No, he came in with like 5-6 plates, so I knew today was going to be an interesting day, and I'm glad for you bringing this along and for me to experience this because a lot of this is self-produced and self-edited and everything. So believe me, to get things provided to the Inebriated podcast, it's always with love, man. It's always with love. So thank you, Trey.
I appreciate
Thank
that.
El Chef Teresita. You can follow them on Instagram. Check out all their dishes. You can contact them if you want anything special requests to be made. And here we go. This water, bro, water.
I don't need the water. No, I'm good. The water go fucking the
Your lip is clapping way too much.
That boy
I
smacking.
can hear you from
That boy
outside.
smacking.
Oh man.
You sound like Donald Jr. over
I
there.
just appreciate that. Like I said again, I appreciate you gentlemen bringing me onto the podcast. Just showcasing what I go through, what I work, the career choice I've taken. Just also promoting too, and showcasing my mom's work because this is something that she really likes to do. Like I said, it's not always for the monetary value. She really just likes enjoying people live life and have fun and enjoy what she cooks, and she likes to see the smile. So even just the oh my gosh is and the smacking of the lips. She was excited for that. Trust me.
No, also I completely forgot. We know it's summertime. You're trying to get loose. Yeah. We also got the specialty drinks right here. It's a special Long Island, a.k.a. the Strong Island, because they're going to hit you like Deontay Wilder with that pow ping. You know?
I like that. Okay, and thank you, Trey, and please tell Miss El Chef Teresita that, it's really appreciated.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? For her to come on this platform. Hopefully we can have her not soon, but when we get a chance, when we get around to it.
And you know we're going to be appreciated. Y'all motherfuckers watching this shit like, oh, damn, it look good. Yeah, hit it up.
Boom.
Hit it up and follow. We're going to put all the, you know what I'm saying? That's how we do in post-editing.
No, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Hit it up and follow. Because the same way you support, this is a complete independent business, support more local independent businesses. You know what I'm saying? Never forget, don't ever let the trends of society or what's hot now fool you. It always and it will always take a village. We responsible for each other's well-being. One hand washes the other, but both hands wash the face. You know what I'm saying? So support. Don't bring flowers to a motherfucker when they're dead. Bring soup to them when they're sick. You know what I'm saying? Support, love, reciprocate, and that is the way of the world. Like I said, this Strong Island will have you all wild.
That's what's up. Okay, and then thank you for the food tasting. Thank you, for the beautiful presentation. What would you like to move into now? Like, what's been the thoughts of yours?
I actually want to, I feel kind of, I feel kind of bad because I had to go outside real quick and take a little smoke break. But I wanted to talk about a little bit more in depth into the mental, like mental illness and stuff like that. Because I know you deal with that a lot at your job, but I'm not sure if y'all discussed it.
Yeah. We got something. But if you got something specifically that you want to speak about, I mean, bring it on.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, how do I go about saying, how do you feel, in terms of, like when you are in the workplace environment and you're in that dynamic, and it's like, I personally feel that, an employer should inform the employees if there's somebody working there, that's on the spectrum, because there's so much different layers of the spectrum. And I went through a situation a couple days ago where I'm with this dude. And I always just thought he was kind of slow. So, in my mind, I'd be like, yo, this guy just, you know what I'm saying? For lack of a better word, man, he just retarded.
On the spectrum.
He just, no. But no, because I don't, nobody in real life thinks like that. Like in a real life situation, be like, no, what are you, stupid as well? What are you, retarded?
That's the first opinion,
but then I started noticing, it's like, there's never been any progress. Like, for those that don't know, because I don't really like speaking about myself too much on this, but it's like, I work construction. So, you know what I'm saying? Ladies, holla at your boy. Y'all already know about construction work. You know what I'm saying? But no, truthfully. So it's like I noticed this. He probably been in Hubble for about a year now, but it's been no growth whatsoever. Like the comprehension skills are done and all that shit. So a couple days ago, whatever, boom, I show up and I tell him, I give him a measurement. This is what I need cut. He knows how to do what he has to do because that's part of the job duties. But he doing it 100% wrong. Now, me as a person who also grew up like you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? In terms of we were just always active kids and shit like that. So it was just like, hey man, you don't know what the hell you're doing. Get the fuck off of this machine. I'm gonna show you how it's done, bro. Nah, I don't know how to do it. Puffing his chest out. And so I'm just like, no. Did you do this and that? Yes. Then you don't know what you're doing. Get the fuck off. So basically, I got upset at the insubordination. And I told him, hey, you know what? Get the fuck off my job site. So he's mumbling under his breath, and I'm just trying to follow him, just trying to talk to him as a man. Because I've been in a situation when I was a helper. And I get pissed off at the foreman and stuff like that. But I would always talk and see it. Then say if I see I'm in the wrong, I apologize and whatever. So he's walking down the stairs, and I'm just following him, trying to talk to him. He ends up calling the owner of the company, saying that I'm physically trying to intimidate him and assault him. I follow him down the stairs. That he had to run into his whip, close, lock the doors and bang it. And in my head, when it happened, I was just like, no, what the fuck did he run into his car, get off so quick?
Right.
And then he comes up with that situation. And I'm starting to think, I feel bad for calling him retarded. Because I called him retarded one time and he got really upset. Man, don't call me retarded. I fell out of a window before when I was a child.
Okay.
So, you see what I'm saying?
No, so you got some ground breaking evidence here.
It's hard.
To answer your question, I think the most important thing is to just try to learn about yourself.
Right.
So a lot of times, I feel as males, we don't try to tap into the feelings and emotion aspect of ourselves. So a lot of times we'll kind of just brush it off, or we'll once we get this sensation or this feeling or this thought, we think like, oh well, nah, it ain't that. It's because of this. And when sometimes it's really just trying to understand yourself. I was trying to talk to actually earlier today. I was working and I was talking to a young gentleman about that as well. Because a lot of times we don't try to take the time to just learn about ourselves. And the young gentleman made a comment about he called it his social bar. So he's like, when my social bar is filled, I know that I need to not be around a lot of people, or I need to just kind of back off, or I've had my fill of being around people. Okay. I need to have my own personal space at the time. And, I think it's important to just learn about your tolerance level, your patience level, how much you can take, understanding that people who don't understand terminologies or certain verbiages or certain word usage, that they may say, just like you said, retarded. Like, that was how we said it in the olden days. That's how we said it back then.
Right.
Now we may say mentally challenged, or, we're working on social cues and things like that. So when we understand that, not everybody's going to be understanding of that, then we can at least better prepare ourselves for when it is thrown at us. So for him, for the gentleman that you work with, he may have heard retarded, and it may have what we call triggered him.
Right, could be.
In that situation, like when I called him retarded was when the first day we worked together. I just said, like, what are you, retarded or something? And when that happened, I never did it again. I said, damn, maybe there's something there.
So what you're trying to work on is employee-to-employee relations, dealing with somebody that's possibly on the spectrum. That's what he's trying to say.
That's what I strongly believe, because what I see is there's no progress, as in, like, you're not retaining any information. Mm-hmm. You're not comprehending nothing. And so, like, I feel like it's like, this is a physical job. So, like, I treat it like I would treat sports. And I'm going to talk a little bit of shit. I'm going to talk, I'm going to talk cash shit. I'm going to be over there like, damn, nah, maybe try it up. You're
going to be athletic in the aspect of the work.
I feel like, why the fuck, why are you getting upset if I'm doing, if I'm saying this, but then I'm saying the same thing also to the other coworker, and he, and we go back and forth. And it's like,
what, and that's the part where, like, right there, because, like, the thing is, that's like me and Sammy, like, we may look, we obviously two different gentlemen. We come from two different backgrounds. You don't know necessarily if I come from the same background. Even if I did, my mentality of how I see things or perceive things is different. So you looking at it as like, well, dang, how come I told this person to do this and they got it, but I tell you the same thing exactly the same way I told Sammy, and you don't get it.
Right,
and that's the thing. He's reacting different. So it's just like I said. It's understanding where that person is coming from, or how how the training, or how you instill the information, or how you share the information, as opposed to just saying, well, y'all both human beings. How come you don't get the same way Sammy get it? Maybe I'm not a visual person. Maybe I'm not a verbal person. It depends on how. That's just like a coach, and that's something that helped me a lot, even at a young age. Like coaches or teachers. The teacher may sit here and think that, oh, I'm just only going to learn by putting it up on the board and then following it like that. No, I need you to give me 2 examples. I need you to come physically show me. Just take a little bit of time out of your life to show me and guide me, and then I'm going to take it from there. So it goes both ways.
And I'm a learner like that. I'm a hands-on learner.
Right.
But that's the thing.
So this experience showed you that.
No, but I learn.
Right.
You show me one time, I do it one time, I learn. I retain the information.
Right, but this employee that you're speaking about specifically, he's saying that maybe the learning aspect...
I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. If I see him at a company party, I'm gonna break his jaw.
Oh.
I'm gonna break his jaw.
It's gotten to that point.
No, he called the motherfucker and said that I tried to physically assault him.
He's endangering your job.
It's never anything personal. When it's work, it's never nothing personal. And the same thing when it's on a podcast. It's never nothing personal when we're on a podcast. Some people may get offended, like, being a guest and being on the couch like that. Or even, back in the day in the studio. A lot of people may not know. The motherfucker right here next to me, Yo, he like Nate Dogg with the crooning. You know
All right, but okay,
but it's all the same thing. But because
so
I was raised in that environment,
right? But so you think he overstepped his boundary, even though
I think he overstepped his boundaries because I wanted to speak to him. Like me following him and telling him, "Yo, why are you running away?" Because I wanted to speak to him.
Right.
And like I said,
he was not receiving your social cue.
And then I feel like an asshole because another coworker who lived next to him was just like, "Hey, bro, you do understand? Like, his son got diagnosed with autism." But but my other coworker asked him, he was like, "So what the fuck do you think, dog?" He goes, "Clearly he got it from the old boy. He retarded too." I was just like, man. No, he was harsh. People like, "Hey, I'm just calling it how it is.
Okay.
If you get it, it got to be genetics."
Right.
Where do you think he got it from?
Okay.
So I was just like, damn, I feel bad because it's like I talk to people, I try to motivate them like a coach. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To me.
So that's what I say. Like at that point, it goes both ways because for him, he may have been triggered and may not have the proper coping techniques, or at that moment he didn't use the proper coping techniques to just say, you know what, let me just talk to this man because maybe he's trying to approach me in a way to try to be constructive instead of approaching me and being threatening. But you know, everybody, you have those days where you know
you can't call it.
Yeah, you know, there's some days I go into a session or I may wake up and be like, all right, I know this is going to be a rough day. You know, it's going to be a hard day, and I try my best not to push that on others, you know, or go into a session like even today. One of the session I was talking about to the young gentleman about learning more about yourself. As soon as I walked into the house, because like I said, with outpatient therapy, earlier me and Sammy was talking about like I go to homes, I go to the schools, I go to neutral sites. So
he's touching the people, really.
Yeah, I'm
not
that's
that way.
That's the service that I got. Appreciate that. The service is provided to them, so it comes to them. So you know, as soon as I walked into the house, the first thing he says, "Man, you look sore." And I was like, "You're right." I had to actually, you know, and also I do for my own self-care because self-care is important. I enjoy still playing football. You know, we were talking about the collegiate level and all that stuff in sports. I play in flag football leagues. So I had a flag football game at 10, and then I had a session right after that, and then I went to that session.
Champs,
yes, three times.
You'd be mad humble. I didn't even know that. That's what's up. All right,
I appreciate that. So I went to that session. It was a 2-hour session, and the first thing when I walk in the house, he says, "Oh man, you look sore." I said, "Yeah, you know, I had a game before this, and I had a session before this." But the thing is, you know, it's getting to just understand yourself and break down and learn. Just like and that's the thing. A lot of times people don't want to be what is called vulnerable. You don't want to be vulnerable about yourself. You don't want to learn about yourself. You think that, okay, well, I know this thing bothers me. All right, cool. I'm good with that. So
my bad. Nah, he's mad. I didn't mean to stop you.
So you know, the thing about it is trying to learn about yourself. That's the most important thing. You know, it ain't about how others. You know, sometimes not everybody's going to take the time to try to learn about you or be patient.
Right, it's not about how they receive you. It's about how you're willing to take the time
to learn about yourself. Because especially with the support team that you have around you, there's people that, you know, I go to about personal things. Or there's people like, I'm not going to go to somebody who doesn't know about sports and talk to them about sports.
Yeah, I'm wasting my time.
I'm wasting my time. Exactly what you said, Sammy. I'm not going to go there and waste my time. But if they are willing to try and learn and talk about it, cool. I don't mind expressing it, but I also have to be mindful. I can't just hit them with the statistics. I can't. I gotta take it slow,
right?
Because I've been experiences where people are like, oh, tell me about football. In my mind, I'm like, you don't know about
you don't even
football?
know. Yeah, you don't know where to start.
But then I was like, all right, cool. So whoever has the most points at the end of the fourth quarter, what are 4 quarters? What is a first down? And I'm sitting here scratching my head like, yo, you serious? But I have to realize, not everybody's into things that I'm into.
Right.
Not everybody is as passionate as their job as I'm into. Not everybody is about like really doing things at a certain thing. So at a pace like you're into. So a lot of times you're gonna run into people like that. They willing to make that money. They willing to get into a job, but then they don't realize like, man, the books is different from being in the experience. Just a lot of times, like people say, "Oh, you book smart." I'm kidding. Go ahead. I'm backing on him. But even with the experience, like the book smarts is great. But once I get into the field of being with the clients and trying to get to where they need to be worked with, it's different, and they'll tell you that they got no problem telling you, like, man, I can tell you just straight off the porch. I can tell you just came straight from college. Da, 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 da.
I mean,
and I had to get down and deep, like, look, that's not where I'm at. That helped me, you know, or even depending on whatever job you at. You know, some people may have went to work to collegiate level to say, well, okay, I've gotten this experience through the books.
Right.
But to sit there and say, I got the experience physically, it's different. So
completely.
You will get some people that hate on you say, well, oh, that person went to college and they think they know everything. But they ain't been in the field. They ain't been in the trenches.
Right. But it all comes with the territory. And,
that's everything in life. Yeah.
And thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that. And I want to close it out with any final thoughts, man. Any final thoughts? Because everything you guys been saying has been beautiful. But we got to wrap it up. I know we're way over this hour limit.
Oh, shit, for real?
Yeah. So, any final thoughts?
Like I said, I just want to appreciate you gentlemen bringing me on to the podcast. Appreciate you supporting, just showing love to my mom's craft. And like I said, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. There's love in different areas, but we want to have that positive love. We want to reach out to the positive people that want to help us. So, like I said, Chrysalis Health, 954-587-1008. We're all up and down Florida. And just guys like this, gentlemen like this, is what really makes me feel good. Like I said, I just really got to know Sam probably like last year, but
Facts.
Cool dude. You know, can't take nothing from him, and I appreciate him just being accepting of me and me being accepting of him. So I appreciate that. So, you know, that's what I have to say. I appreciate that, man.
Boom. And JDot?
Yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy to close off with, you know what I'm saying? The Soul Equestrian Collective is getting ready to launch, you know what I'm saying? It's taking a little while, but the Barry Blanco and the Thug Unlimited Orchestra will be coming soon. But I want to touch on two little things. And what I want to talk about is convenient adjudication and stuff like that. Oh, I noticed that so many people want to say, well, you know, if you did the time, then, you know, you're rehabilitated and stuff like that. But I've always noticed that the hypocrites, even when you do the time and stuff happens, or even if you're acquitted, you're still going to be blamed. And I'm talking in particular to the situation where O.J. Simpson got the record of most Twitter followers since he opened up his Twitter account. And all you see is, why are you following O.J. Simpson? He's a murderer. He's this and that. O.J. Simpson got acquitted of those two murders. If you want to believe in the justice system the way you say you believe, because the same people that are saying that are the exact same people that are saying the cops ain't doing nothing wrong when they killing niggas like us.
Facts.
So what I'm saying is, if you want to be one side, you got to be both sides, and you can't play no sides if you're going to be on both sides. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's either you go by the law or not, and he was acquitted of that shit, so you got to let that shit go. And in keeping up with that same situation, not to be, you know, dragging on it like that, we also got to realize that the most important thing that's provided in this world right now, especially in the era that we're in right now, with everything that's going on, everybody don't forget, is evidence. It's evidence.
Right.
That is the most important thing in this world. I support all those movements, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to truth. And I support anybody when it comes to truth. And, you know, the Me Too movements and stuff like that. However, we can never forget the damage that is done by false accusations and stuff like that. People's names get smeared and ran through the mud, and their lives are changed forever. Baylor football player. I forgot his name. It was Sean, what was it? I completely forgot his name.
I've heard about it, but I don't know.
I completely forgot his name.
Baylor football player.
I'm saying he was in, you know, he lost the ability to be part of the draft. He lost, I think it was about 3.5 to 4.5 years of his life because of a false accusation that she then said never happened. He's never going to be in the league again. Unfortunately, it's over for him.
Right.
As well as Neymar. You know what I'm saying? The woman trying to set it up to beat him up and stuff like that. What we need is evidence. Because right now, believing everything, when you believe everything, you leave the door wide open for corruption. You leave the door wide open for everything. What you got to do is you got to use your mind, people. We here to make you laugh. We here to get drunk with you. We here to get high with you. Sometimes, depending if you do it or if we do it, you'll never know. But the main thing is, always use your mind. If it don't feel right, then it ain't right.
Facts.
You feel me?
No, that was beautiful. Thank you, JDot. Thank you, Trey, for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify. We're on all social media platforms.
Apple Podcasts.
The Inebriated Podcast, at the Inebriated Podcast on all social medias. This has been another episode of the Inebriated Podcast. Thank you for listening.
God bless and bless God.